we're going to take a look at, again, two games that caught our eyes. The first one we're going to discuss is one that was our pick for Game of the Week in Division 3 last week. It's the U versus the Falcons. 2 out of 3 out of our panelists selected the U.
That's right.
But the one who didn't is the one who's going to talk to us about how the Falcons won the game 19-13.
You got some insider's edge, didn't you, man? Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I've seen the U play on many occasions in all seasons that they've been in FlagPlus football, and I'm not sold on this team yet. I think Phil has to find a way to elevate his team to the next level, regardless of who's on the roster. And he hasn't shown to me that he's a proven winning quarterback.
Throw the ball, Phil. Throw the ball.
Last year, when they had Ross Castleton and Paul Campbell, the defense was getting the job done. So, Phil has to find a way, like I said, to win the games, regardless of who's on the team. And the Falcons, I picked them because I know that they're a team that's been, a team that drives on success on offense, and have Vincent Roa from last year who was the Defensive Player of the Year. So, the youth, I have to say, guys, I don't know. I'm not sold on them, and I never will be until Phil shows to me that he can get the job done and can be a premier D3 QB.
Don't worry, man. Phil will get the job done. Week 1 was a little, bump in the road, but don't worry, there's still 9 weeks left in the football season for him to get the job done.
Word on the street is they're signing some D2 players, so they're fortifying their mark right now.
Well, in words of Mohan last week, you have to learn to play and win without some of your best players on the team. So,
of course,
it's true, and this is what I learned also as well, right? Whoever's on the team, you have to find a way to win. So, Phil, I'm not definitely coming down on you, but you have to make me a believer, man, before I can start being on your bandwagon.
Say this, Phil Akawi obviously has one of the best targets in Division 3, as we discussed, Ravi Mehta, who is basically, in terms of talent, a D1 player, but he's playing out of loyalty to the U, and we'll see Phil's statistics starting to reflect the use more and more of Ravi Mehta, as Ross can attest to. And also, I know Ross mentioned it, but I have it on firm sources that they will be adding some major name talent over the next couple of weeks. I can't say more than that, but we'll break it to you when we know. The other game we're going to talk about, Mo's going to talk to us about, is the Choppers absolutely destroying the West Island Gators. The final score was 42-2. So Mo, what you got to say about that game?
Well, style points definitely counted in this game for the Choppers, led by Andrew McDonald, Sean Agram, both former D1 players for the Young Guns who won the D1 titles on numerous occasions. These guys are the pillars to this team. They have Brent Bakken, who actually writes for FlagPlus football, former Montreal's finest player, who had an excellent game with a long touchdown catch. These guys are going to be a force to be reckoned with these 3 players as the franchise for them, plus guys like Sujo Tassi and Andrew Raj, who will be guys to look out for in Division 3. West Island Gators, you should rename yourselves the West Island Faders because you guys did not show up to the game. A safety by fluke, maybe it was, but listen, guys, week 2 you guys show up, or else you guys will know it's the Faders from here on in.
Young Guns are playing in D3 now.
That's right.
Wow.
And then that's about it for Division 3. We talked about Division 1, Division 2 before. You might be wondering what's going on with Division 4. Well, they haven't started yet. Their first games will be this weekend, so we're going to try and get into that next week as we can. Although keep in mind, the majority are brand new teams, so there isn't much we can say about them yet, but we'll get to them as much as we can. Obviously, the other teams to look out for in FlagPlus football are the Toronto and Ottawa divisions. Now, again, those things are a bit early, and seeing as none of us really know much about those divisions, we can't really talk knowledgeably about them, but we will dive into that once there's about 3 weeks done.